is nothing but a hassle. Nothing but a hassle, right?
It can be, and I'm very curious as to how the parents on the show would react to this situation if you found yourself in it. So before I tell you about this prank, which got a very genuine reaction out of the dad, question for you guys. If you have a teenage child and they still live under your roof, do you feel as if they are obligated to tell you how much money they have if they're working?
You mean if they're like a streamer or something like that,
Right.
and they're making a ridiculous amount of money?
Or I don't know how much money, just in general.
Well, I mean, if you're under my roof and I'm paying the mortgage and I'm paying the electric bill and I'm paying the hot water bill and I'm buying the groceries, and I think it should be. I don't think I have a right to any of it, but I think it would be right to disclose it. I'm not asking that you have to pay me, but yeah, I think just to help you make wise investment choices and to protect your finances as somebody who is older and wiser and been there and done that, and made money mistakes and learned. Yeah, I would like to know so I could just guide my child the best way I could.
Same. No, I need to know. Same thing. I don't want any of it. I'm not entitled to any of it. But I need to know so I can help you make those investments, make sure that you're not getting scammed, make sure you submit for taxes properly. You're still a child. And while I can recognize that money is yours, you don't know how to handle it properly like an adult would. So I'm going to teach you. And then we can decide together. Do you want to invest it? Do you want to spend it? But I want to make sure that it's done properly.
I think it depends, because if you're just working at Chick-fil-A, like there's really nothing you're going to do with that $15 or $8 an hour that you're getting that is going to ruin your financial future. I'll make sure your taxes get done, and that's about it. However, if my kid comes home with some Gucci, I'm going to want to see those receipts. Because if you're bringing in a significant amount of money and you're 14, 15, 16, and you happen to be a YouTuber or a TikToker or whatever, I would see it being irresponsible as a parent to not help that child know how to handle an adult amount of money.
There are a lot of variables here, but in a situation in my mind, if you have a teen and as parents, you are not super comfortable or well off, and that teen is making money and living under your roof, then I certainly think that they should be contributing to the home.
So this was interesting to me because this video went viral. It's of this guy named Mandes, who's pretty much mostly known for being a reality star, and he does not know at all that he's being pranked by his son. But he caused a lot of the parents to conversate about his reaction to his son's prank.
Hello, good evening. Thank you for calling Navy Federal Bank. This is Charles speaking. How may I help you?
How you doing? I have some questions. I want to see my account balance.
Okay, can I have your first and last name and the last 4 digits of your social security number?
Mendes R. Harris, and the last 4 digits of social is.
Okay, I see here your current balance is $1,564.10.
That's funny.
Sounds about right. Wait, hold on. How much you say? Wait. Say that again.
$1,564.
Wait. You said 1 million? He said 1 million? Yeah, that sounds. He said a whole. That's $1 million. It's some change, right?
Yo, nah, you kidding me? Yo, listen, nah, $1 million. You got $1 million?
You chill, bro.
But you got $1 million still in my house? And I still pay your car note?
Hello.
Wait, time out.
Yes,
time out. Hold on, time out. You mean to tell me you got $1 million? No, I don't give that. You got $1 million?
No, sir.
I'm talking to you. You got $1 million?
Yeah.
And I'm still paying your car note? And you don't pay no bills in here?
What are you doing? What are you talking about?
Hey, hold on. You mean to tell me you got $1 million?
It's some change.
Where you get that from?
YouTube.
I gotta tell you,
That's funny.
I'm with Pops.
Are you really?
I am with Pops.
I see.
If Pops is paying for the car, Pops is paying for everything else, and if the kid had $1 million in the bank, which clearly is a very good prank.
It is.
But if this was reality, yeah, you're paying for your own car. You're paying for your own gas. Hell yes.
Why?
Because Well, again, I don't know what their financial situation is, but if Pops is struggling and he is paying the car note, if that kid can afford to do it himself, do it yourself. No. This is a lesson in being capable.
You and I are on you and I are on the complete opposite side of the spectrum. Like if I found that out, like if my little Jimmy Jam later on and I found out he's got $1.5 million in the bank or whatever, I would feel some sort of way that he didn't share that with me. So like we could, like invest properly, but I chose to have a kid. That kid is still underage. And my responsibility is that child. It's not that child's responsibility to help pay the mortgage, to help pay the bills, to help buy groceries. No, he was like, I provide, if anything, as a parent, I am hella proud that I raised a kid that is so savvy that he was able to accrue $1.5 million. I'm like, get it.
I'm with Kristen on this one. I'm with you.
Thank you.
I am too.
I'm with Kristen because it wouldn't be. So you're only going to make, like, if you got a couple kids, right? And obviously one is doing very well. He's doing better than the others. You're going to force that kid to have to carry a weight that the other two don't simply because they're doing better in life?
Yes.
No, you're punishing the one that's succeeding.
Look, me paying for your car is not a foregone conclusion. You're not entitled for me to pay for your car. If you can pay for your own car and your own gas, I'm proud that you can do that. Pay for your own car and your own gas.
But that's not contributing to the household. That's paying for like an extra privilege for you to have. Like we're talking, I think, and if you take the struggle out of it, because there are a lot of families who are working multiple jobs. So let's pretend that you can afford things pretty comfortably. In my mind, I'm like, my kid is set for life now because I can help teach them how to invest and they will never have to worry about money because of the work they did. But same thing, you're under my roof. The essentials, which I don't think a car is an essential, but the rest of the essentials are covered by me.
Again, we're talking about variables here. So in my house, he wouldn't be paying for any of the bills or anything like that. I'm doing okay. But in homes where they might be struggling or barely getting by, this is a home, but you are part of that home. You are part of that family, and you should contribute if your parents are busting their ass and having a hard time paying the bills.
I don't feel like that should be your responsibility until you are like of age, as an adult. If you happen to come across a lick at 14, 15, I don't think that forces you to have to be like the head of the household.
So what if Abby, you have this $1.5 million and your brother does not, and you guys are both under the same roof, and your parents are expecting to help you contribute, but your brother doesn't have to. How is that going to affect the family dynamic?
Oh, my brother will never speak to me, but what else is new?
So we got into this healthy debate that if your kid is making $1.5 million, right, should he be contributing to the house and bills and stuff like that? And I was the only one that said, yeah, if you're making $1.5 million and you're in a family that could use the help, then the teen should be helping out. So I'll double down on this. This will surprise you guys. I could afford to pay my kid's gas and maintenance on his car and stuff like that, but I don't. So this is the second time that I've paid for a car for him, and he is responsible for paying me every month for his car, and I don't pay for his oil. I don't pay for the gas. I don't pay for the tires on his car or anything. That's his responsibility. Whereas what you guys were saying is, would you help your sons out if they were teens in that case?
If that is a situation that you have set up, then that's great. But if you were paying for everything and then you just happen, this is where I'm coming from. If you were already paying for everything and then you just happen to find out your kid has $1.5 million and then you're like, now you need to chip in, I don't think that's fair. But yeah, like I paid for my gas when I had a car. No, I agree with all that. As far as like, I don't feel like a car is a right. I feel like it's a privilege, and it's also a very big responsibility.
And it's more than just driving. The responsibility is way more than just driving.
Because of the insurance and the gas and the maintenance and all of that. Lord knows I hit my fair share of things when I first started driving because I sucked at it. Still do. I love to hit curbs. But if that's what you've established in your home ahead of time, then fine. But if you didn't and you were paying for everything and you find out that your kid's got $1.5 million and then all of a sudden like, no, you got to cough up money, I don't think that's fair.
This is probably not a popular opinion, but I want my kid to be a little bit stressed out. I want him to be a little bit stressed out on how he's going to balance his grades with his social life and soccer and pay for his car and maintenance on his car. These are the things to me when he's gone in a year and he's at whatever school he's going to and graduates. These are the building blocks. I don't want him so stressed out that it's debilitating, but I want him to work through these problems.
I'm not mad at that at all. Like, my dad raised me the same way. He wanted me to be responsible, and I think it paid off. I'm with Kristen on the change part. Like, if your rules are your rules, if that's the rules that are established in the house, then that's completely fine. But I feel like to change the rules suddenly because you found out that your kid is doing a little better than you thought, to me, that's where it's a bit unfair.
Yeah, I also find the argument of like wanting to stress your kid out a little funky. Like, my parent, for me, all my stress is internal. I came out the womb anxious. And it's like, life is hard enough that for me, like when my parents offered to purchase me a car and also handle all of the bills until, I was financially independent, they did it because they wanted me to be able to focus on everything else. They're like, we don't want you to have to focus on a job and schoolwork and, trying to get an XYZ university when we have the ability to be able to take that one thing off of your plate. But if that's the agreement and it's like, okay, I'm giving you this gift, and then for you to go around and like punish the kid for taking those opportunities and thriving, it just seems really backwards to now like take that gift back.
To me, teaching a kid how to be capable isn't punishment. I understand what your parents and their philosophy on it. And most of his friends' parents pay for the whole thing. They gave him a car, they give him gas, they give him maintenance. All of them do. He's like, Dad, you're the only one that I know that doesn't. And I'm like, well, that's great for your friends. For me, again, I'm not looking to stress him out, but what I am looking to do is build his capable muscle. And that only happens by getting a little bit stressed out and figuring out how things work.
I mean, I think the thing at the end of the day is everybody wants their kid to do the best, like to succeed. And it's, if you cover that stuff and your kid's not stressed, are they going to be able to go and pursue something like making $1 million on YouTube? You know your kid best and what they're going to do with that extra time. In Abby's case, her parents knew she was going to throw herself into school and a job hunt and all that stuff. So I think at the end of the day, it varies so much parent by parent and financial situation by financial situation. Like, if I'm struggling and I find to make ends meet and I find out my kid has $1 million they're hiding from me, I am...
Now he's teaching you how to deal with stress.
I'm like, let's go ahead and film a course because clearly I need a how-to on how to do this.
I want to throw this out there because I feel like it's important. Just make sure you don't punish your capable child. So if there are siblings, if there are multiple kids, there can be instances where, since that one's capable, then they can take care of XYZ and I don't need to help. This one over here is not capable, so I'm going to put more input and give a little more extra effort to them and help them out more, because then it becomes imbalanced. So just because, and I see this in the workforce a lot, just because somebody is capable doesn't mean more should be put on their shoulders. And like, yes, you should expect the same from both, no matter their capability levels, and you shouldn't cater to one over the other, i.e. punish the capable one just because they're capable.
I think what a lot of people, especially like eldest daughters, hear is from their parents or like their superiors is, I don't worry about you. And I think they think that's a compliment, and it is so not a compliment, because it's like, well, why aren't you? This is my first time doing this too. I'm still trying to figure it out. Maybe worry about me a little bit.
Hi, first daughter.
Hey, Levi, good morning.
That hit a nerve.
You really did. Happy for president! I take back my political attack ad. Levi, good morning. You're on the Bert Show. Hi.
Bert, what's going on? How are you?
Great, man. How are you?
Good. I agree with you. I am 39, got raised by more conservative families, and I worked, starting in high school and did landscaping and all of that. And when I made money, my dad had me paying for half of my car. He said, whatever you made, I'll pitch in half and help you buy it. And then all the gas and things like that, I was able to pay for. And it built a lot of responsibility for myself that I brought to today.
Yeah, I think it's just different philosophies on how you're going to raise your kids. And you really do have to know your kid at the end of the day. And everybody's different and every family is different. There is no right, there is no wrong.
The Bert Show.